Hello, ladies. Welcome to Atomic Golf, Vegas Girl Dating. Are you ready to find love?
Mary, do we have to do this?
Amber, it's at a golf place. The only place that would have more eggplant would be the Home Depot. I think we're going to have luck here. And this bartender right here says that we're going to get drunk to make it easier.
But we've already been drinking and it doesn't seem easier.
My gosh, we have to mingle with them for an hour? What are we going to talk to randos about for an hour? That is way too much time to get to know these people.
My gosh, Mary, I can't do this. This is just way too weird.
It's so weird. Let's just try. There's a quiz. The quiz is going to tell us who our soulmate is here. So question number 1, is flirting a form of cheating? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree with you, Mary.
I think
100%.
all the guys will agree with us. Ugh. It's so unfortunate, Amber. Look around. There's nobody here that looks great. I'm keeping my expectations low, but I'm just not feeling it. They're all going to want us.
Yeah, I'm not
feeling
it either. No.
Okay.
No.
Question number 2. I prefer kinky sex. Oh, heck no. That is a 1 for me, dog.
I'm a big fat 10, Mary.
Really?
Yeah,
Kinky sex
clowns.
do you like?
Clowns with big feet, eggplants.
Maybe eggplant. Maybe I am kinky because Kody had an eggplant and he had that curly, crunchy ramen noodle clown hair. Oh, do you think I should keep it at 1? Maybe we'll go 2. Maybe we'll go 2 on that. All right. Well, let's turn in these. I don't know. I have such low expectations. Nobody here. Nobody here looks great. I'm not seeing anything.
No, I'm not seeing anything. I'm definitely not feeling anything.
What about that bald guy?
I don't know. He's got a lot of attention over there.
And he's on his phone. Phones have really just ruined dating. This is so weird. I don't even like golf. I like mini golf. I don't like golf.
I don't mind playing with balls.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, did you get your text? All right, let's see. Let's see what matches we have. I bet we have all the matches. Wait. I don't. Do you have any?
Mary, I don't have any.
Let's blow this hot dog stand.
We're out of here.
Sister Wives, Season 20, Episode 11. We used to be lovers. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the hosts side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Welcome to Remote Reality. Oh my God, D with the I like to play with balls. I was about to die.
I'm sorry.
Channel surfers, welcome to Remote Reality. I am Lauren, your attorney, host, and friend who looks like I'm about to die today. I am pretty sick. We'll get into that a little bit before we start the podcast. But, and I love overanalyzing everything, especially my favorite reality TV shows.
Yes. And this is Dee, her paralegal and sidekick. I love all the same things she does. That's why she drugged me in here doing this. Except I don't like to be in front of the camera.
You didn't say you were reluctant today.
Yeah, I know. I figured I'd give it something else.
Channel surfers, little life update. It has been a crazy weekend for me. If you guys followed our Love is Blind coverage, you very well know at this point that I'm type 1 diabetic. You've probably even seen on some of our shows where my blood sugar is low and I'm just like, it's crazy. Let's roll with it. Well, this weekend, my son hasn't been feeling too well. He's 4 years old and I've just noticed how much he's drinking, how much he's going to the bathroom. Took his blood sugar at home. It was unreadably high. Took him to the hospital. I'm like, we need to diagnose him. And we spent a good amount of time in the hospital from maybe 10 o'clock at night on Friday until about 3 or 4 in the afternoon on Saturday, which the ER doctor said was the fastest admission they'd had for it. But you guys know how I love to overanalyze everything. I think I was driving his doctors absolutely bonkers, as were they me.
No, I can understand that completely.
I mean, I've had this for 31 years. I've been taking care of type 1 diabetic day in and day out for 31 years. And they were basically just bringing us food. They were not bringing me a glucometer to check his blood sugar so I could see how the doses were working. Even that's why we were told we were being held at the hospital. At one point, I just unhooked him from all his machines and we took him upstairs to the playroom. But we were told so many different things. Like the first ER doctor said that they couldn't diagnose him with type 1 unless he was in diabetic ketoacidosis, which I'm like, I'm going to call BS on that. We got transported to another hospital. the doctor was telling me they were going to give him Lantus. And I said, okay, Basal-Glar. And he said, no, I said Lantus. I was like, oh, no. You see, Basal-Glar is the generic version, which is also what they sent me home with. It's really interesting, but he's doing great. We're keeping him out of school this week. On the other hand, I think I've picked up something from the children's ER. I am feeling like trash today. And I mean, maybe it's just the nausea of seeing Kody on my screen. Maybe like Christine is making me nauseous, but I'm pretty sure that there was a lot floating around that emergency room and probably all floating my way. All right. So Sister Wives, season 20, episode 11. We used to be lovers. Speed dating, not really speed dating. As laid back and low expectations as Meri says she was, these are some picky girls.
Very picky girls. I did not see everybody in that room as far as the men being completely unattractive that they couldn't have at least tried to talk to somebody.
It's like maybe they say something and open their mouths and you're like, wow, this guy is my type. You don't know unless you talk to him. I wonder if the communication over that hour had anything to do with matches. Like, could you add something into the app if you were connecting with somebody during that hour?
Oh, yeah, that would, yeah. I was actually thinking, though, I was going to say, I was actually thinking that it might be a little bit of self-esteem issue because it did look like there was probably 5 women to 1 guy. Like, there wasn't a lot of men, and I don't think they wanted to jump into that competition pool and, try to get anybody's attention.
That is a fair point.
Yeah.
Meri needs to ditch a buddy for these dating things. She needs to go at it alone. I feel like Jen and Amber give her a reason not to put herself out there. She can just hide in her own world. She doesn't need to talk to people because she's got a best friend there. If someone wasn't there with her, she would have to be outgoing. She would have to put herself out there.
Right.
She needs to ditch this group dating.
Although, to be fair, I think when Jen went with her on the speed dating, that Jen was more like a cheerleader where her and Amber both were there to pick up guys. So it was a little bit different, I thought, the dynamic between the two girls. Because Jen was just like cheering her on at the speed dating.
Well, and Jen was encouraging her to get out there, whereas Amber was pulling her in. And they didn't even talk to anybody. When they left, I was thinking, you're at a golf place. Are you going to walk around? Maybe talk to some of the guys that aren't there to date, get to know people. You're not going to meet anybody by not putting yourself out there. Like, it's good that they went to Vegas.
Right.
It's good that they went to this dating thing. But if you just go to it to sit in the corner and talk to your friend, you're being a wallflower. You're not. You need to put yourself out there more.
Exactly. And I wonder, I was thinking when I was watching it, how much the film crew with her might have to play into the dynamic of doing this as well.
Well, I don't think the film crew was telling her to just sit there and talk to her friend.
No, I mean, as far as maybe deterring people from actually trying to talk to her and Amber.
But that would give more for this show if they had people talking to them.
I agree, but if I was in a situation like that, for example, and I saw a guy with a film crew following him around, I don't know that I would go up to that guy and talk to him.
Gotcha. So you mean as a deterrent because the film crew's there for the people, not the film crew trying to push people back, like bodyguards.
Right. Yes.
But in that case, she needs to be even more outgoing and go and approach people.
Or go without a film crew.
Or go without a film crew. So as they're answering the questions, the first question they have to fill out for this dating experience is flirting a form of cheating? Which I am the biggest slut ever if flirting is cheating.
You can see why they might think it is, though, being in a plural marriage the way that she was.
I feel like I flirt with everybody. Men, women. Okay, not children, but dogs.
Apparently I used to be a natural flirt because I would be accused of flirting when I didn't even realize I was flirting. So
I think just being friendly and outgoing is flirting sometimes.
Or at least
for some
taken
people.
as flirting. Yeah.
Right. So with plural marriage, I thought it was interesting because Meri and Christine were pretty much like, no, we don't do that. But they were also the ones that were most neglected by Kody. Janelle, it doesn't bother her. She said that, Kody would like wink at them. I bet he winks with both eyes. He's like, closes them both at the same time. That seems about right for him.
Yeah. And, I think that Christine is probably naturally flirty too herself. So I found it really odd when she said that.
But he didn't pay her attention.
True.
She and Meri were neglected, and that's why they felt anti-flirting. Whereas Janelle and Robyn were more favored. Robyn was like, why aren't we flirting? I don't have a problem with it. They all made up a rule before I got here. And not Kody, he couldn't help it. He's just naturally warm and demonstrative to me. So I don't think we should hide it. Although now she doesn't want to flirt with him at all. Like now she doesn't have to hide it, but she doesn't want to flirt with him at all. Only in front of the other wives.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? She wants to show that she's favored. And now that she's the only one, she's like, we're not flirting.
Her bubble must really be burst with all of them gone.
Well, she feels sorry for people that have to date now because iPhones have just ruined dating. First of all, Robyn, how do you know? How do you know that iPhones have ruined dating?
Good point.
Second, is it because you're thinking about getting out there and exploring other options, but you're like, shit, there's nothing out there? Is she just too afraid to leave because she's afraid of being alone?
Does she have a secret Tinder account?
Maybe she does. It's rough. But Meri and her low expectations, I mean, she was married to Kody and nothing, no feelings from this speed dating.
Like, how low can you go?
Just to tip Meri, anything is better than what you had. Every single guy in that room is a better match than Kody. You can't do worse. But they see no one of interest, and I'm just screaming, go talk to them for fuck's sake. Like, go say hey. Open your mouth.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't believe they just sat there and talked to each other and then had the nerve to sit there and act like there was nobody there for them.
I think you hit the nail on the head with the confidence. Amber doesn't even want to try to golf because she thinks she would look stupid since she's never golfed before. Like, honestly, golfing, the more you drink, the more you loosen up. And at least for me, the better I do. Go out there and have fun.
I mean, I think that's a perfect opportunity to have a guy up close. Be like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Can you show me? And they're going to come right in behind you, wrap their arms around you so that they can show you where to place your hands on the club. And I mean, it's like right there in your lap. Go for it, Use it as a perfect excuse to get close to somebody.
Well, maybe if there's somebody they wanted to get close to.
That's what I'm saying.
But remember, they are looking at these guys and immediately writing them off. That was the longest hour. And we only saw parts of it. That did not feel like an hour of them walking around being wallflowers.
No.
It felt way longer.
I thought they spent way too much time on it, honestly.
Especially since they didn't match with anybody. But I guess they have to have something.
Yeah, to get to the end and they're not even matching, for crying out loud.
They had all this lead up into it, fly them out to Vegas. So, I mean, they have to show it. They have to have material. Why didn't they hire an actor to go out there and pretend to like them?
Anything. Go fucking hire somebody to pretend to like her at this thing.
And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So Meri's like, peace out. We're leaving this experience here. Like dating all together. Maybe you need to figure out some things about yourself before you date. That was a huge fail. She thought it was a win, but it was a fail because dating takes practice. Putting yourself out there takes practice. And I didn't feel like an effort was made.
No. Maybe they drank too much before they went. But to me, that would have loosened me up. I'd have been more talkative if I had drank before I'd gone.
I'd had half my clothes on. It would have been warm in there. So we go back to Lizzie's Heritage Inn or whatever it is that they call it nowadays, Meri's house of sadness.
Yeah.
And Amber and Meri have something to tell Jen that she's really not going to like. And my first thought is, oh, are you best friends with Amber now? And we have to break the news middle school style to our best friend Jen. What the heck do they have to tell her?
I was thinking maybe they were going to tell Jen they decided to be in a relationship on their own since they couldn't find anybody in Vegas.
I don't like anybody as much as I like Amber.
Yeah.
She's the only one I talked to at the dating event, and we're living together. It's perfect. I did not realize, I guess I knew, but I didn't, I forgot about Jen's husband fighting cancer.
I didn't know it at all. If I did, it completely slipped my mind.
Was this triggering? We can kind of go quickly through this.
It was a little triggering, but I think I can be okay. I think I'll be okay.
So Meri and Jen are going to do a fundraiser. I thought it was a great idea, the bicycle, where they're going to have a bike ride, have people rent the bikes from Jen's shop. That was a great idea.
It was a great idea. And I was glad that they were going ahead and pushing the fundraiser, even though they knew that she probably wouldn't like it because she didn't want the help. But it definitely would come in handy to have extra money from something like that.
And I get the not wanting to help, but also, I don't know what you think about this, but just being in that situation is overwhelming, regardless of whether people are trying to help or not. Just the emotional place that you're in when your spouse is fighting cancer. So, I don't think it's necessarily that she doesn't want the help or that she's completely ungrateful. I'm sure on some level it's hard to take help when you're used to being the one that helps. But also, even if she was a person who took, was like, yeah, that's great. The help is appreciated. Just the situation she's in doesn't mean she's going to be sitting there smiling and excited about it.
Right. Well, not only that, I mean, things like fundraisers and stuff like that makes it more real for you. And, I know her situation is just a little bit different than mine, only with the fact that we knew immediately that my husband was terminally ill. His was not going to change, or there wasn't any best case scenario where he got anything other than extra time going through chemo and stuff like that. And I don't think that's the situation with her husband, what she's going through. But at the same time, it brings that reality to you. And for me, going through it, when I was going through it, I felt like I was in this bubble and that life outside of the bubble continued to go on, but I was just stuck in this horrific moment over and over and over again every day. So I think she's amazing that she does things with Meri and is able to get away from that reality for a little bit and function at all. Because I felt some days like I couldn't even function when I was away from the situation with family and friends, trying to get my mind off of it.
And I think she uses humor to get her mind off of it.
Yeah,
I know I
do that too.
In crazy situations.
Yeah.
I've been making super inappropriate jokes with my kid being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Yeah. But, my friends would take me out and, we would be doing something fun, or they thought it was fun. And then 5 minutes later, I'm just bawling there was no regulation of my emotions at all. So I get it.
They're also going to have breakfast at Meri's house / potential new event center. So a great way to kind of introduce the community to the bike shop and the event center. And she's also going to have Ron come. We keep hearing about Ron, like, well, he's finally coming and he's going to meet all of her friends. I'm a little bit worried. Do you think this is when Kody is going to find it's appropriate to come apologize?
Ooh, that would be interesting to see.
He just has impeccable timing. I feel like that would not be shocking. Hey, Ron, meet my ex. But yeah, we wanted to give all the love out to Jen and her husband with their fight. And hopefully things are going better.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay, so of course I had to be nosy and go poke around online. And it looks like a little less than a month ago, there was an update that said doctors were getting the family to prepare for the worst. That sucks.
Fuck.
You know what else sucks? Kody Brown. Let's jump to Kody and Janelle.
Yeah, let's go to something else. I'm starting to get a headache.
I don't know that this is going to be much better. Kody is sitting at the restaurant ready to accept rejection. And What the hell? Janelle walks in and Kody says, "How are you? Are you feeling healthy?"
What the hell kind of
Ask
question
somebody
is
if they're
that?
feeling healthy? Like, do I look healthy? Are you saying I look sick?
Maybe he was just like really nervous and he lost like the word on how have you been feeling and just went with, are you healthy?
Maybe it's like, you don't have COVID, right? Because I don't want to take the COVID back. Maybe we should stay pretty far away. Let's just make sure you don't have it before I start talking to you.
Yeah, it's
No
possible.
idea.
I do think though,
It was weird.
Just
weird.
Just a thought, because I think when we were looking with all of this stuff about Jen's husband, I thought that I saw somewhere where someone said that Janelle had cancer, and there was a thing that said, this was a fake post, that it wasn't anything true about it. But I'm wondering if maybe he had seen that and was asking her if she was healthy because of that.
That trolly. Kody trolls the online forums. Yeah. I mean, he's not talking to his family, so he's like, let's just see what they're saying on the Reddit.
Get up. Go. Okay. Were
I'm
we
still
recording that whole time?
Oh, gosh. So I just had to go poking my nose around the internet to see what kind of update I could find on Jen's husband. And November 15th, there is a Facebook page that says the doctors have urged loved ones to prepare for the worst. So, Queen is preparing for the worst. Let's move over to Kody and Janelle. What the hell? Janelle walks in and Kody asked her, "Are you feeling healthy?" Now, I can see asking me that with the way I look now, sitting in bed and on, but Janelle looked great.
She did. She looked fabulous.
What? I mean, what?
Maybe he just lost his train of thought. Maybe he just meant to say, "Have you been well?" And he got all jumbled in his head and was like,
or maybe you look well.
Yeah.
Or are you feeling horrible because I'm not in your life anymore? Just making sure. What a weird question.
Very bizarre.
Dating's weird, but Kody as your ex, also very, very strange. So they go to this restaurant. And apparently Janelle let Kody pick it, even though she lives there. And she's like, yeah, this place is great. I'm a regular. My friends told me to come here. It's good. So great choice. Mm-hmm. Good job reading the ratings. Janelle feels more comfortable. And you can even see the dynamic between Kody and Janelle is much better without Robyn there. Apparently, Robyn makes things weird because it puts Kody on the defensive, like he needs to defend Robyn. And when she's not there, I guess he doesn't feel like he needs to defend her.
Well, that in itself is weird because I do not recall these women attacking Robyn in front of Kody in the first place. So I don't understand the need to constantly protect her and shield her.
Which apparently he did not do with Janelle, because we go back in the apologies back to early in their marriage. And he said he knew she felt unsafe. Meri and Janelle have completely different personalities. Add in the jealousy and this marriage to Janelle being the first plural wife, and apparently it was disastrous. And Kody says he knew he could do things better to make her feel safe. And he said he thought about that over the last 4 to 5 years. I guess that's since she left him.
Maybe since all of them left.
He did seem a lot more at ease without Robyn there.
He did. There was a couple of things that I noticed. One of my observations was I was really interested in seeing this week if he just did a blanket apology or if he actually was very specific. And I was impressed, I have to say, that he said he had a list and he was being very specific in things and accountability that he wanted to apologize for.
And even though we're going to see that I'm sorry I said I didn't love you for all of the wives, going back to his early relationship with Janelle where she didn't feel safe because I guess Meri was trying to claw her eyes out in her sleep. What the hell was Meri doing? I just imagine like physically Janelle was like afraid for her life.
I have a feeling she was probably a bully to her. That's what I was thinking. And she was pregnant during this time. Didn't
she say that Meri like kicked her while she was pregnant? with Logan? I've heard that
Not
somewhere.
in this episode. I don't remember.
I don't think it was on Sister Wives. I think this is like internet rumors.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not going to go and confirm. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. But there was also a time where Janelle was asking him, "Do you love me? Do you love me?" And I guess he just left the house and didn't confirm to her that he did.
Well, he didn't see that for the sign that it was, that something was wrong at the house for her to be constantly saying that, because that was the impression I got from the conversation at the table, was he should have known by her asking that all the time that something wasn't right at the house when he wasn't there.
Gotcha.
I do feel like he was genuinely mindful of what he was saying, that he meant what he was saying. He wasn't just spouting things. There was an ease with it that I felt was genuine, where when someone is just trying to come up with things you don't really feel or notice.
I was getting a little worried. We see Janelle and ITMs saying they clearly both still care about each other. There have been other times where she has left and they've gotten over hurdles. And I remember when she first left, Christine was like, "Are you sure? Are you really leaving this time?" Because it seems like this would not be the first time that she's walked away and then gone back.
Good point.
I think she's done, though, because also what we're hearing from her is when she left this time, she was finished. There wasn't the family, the kids had grown up. She wasn't relying on them financially as much. So she had basically cut ties this time when she left. So even though we're hearing we saw feelings for each other, we're also hearing those more certain terms of her leaving this time. The other thing is Kody says that Janelle should be flattered that he was angry, because that shows he really cared about her. Whereas if he was apathetic, it wouldn't have shown anything. She was apathetic when she left. Janelle didn't give any fuck.
No. I thought it was a weird thing to say, period.
This is Kody, trying to figure out if she has any sort of feeling about this.
I thought it was him making excuses for his behavior.
Kody can't just jump right into the apology. So he is bundled up in a jacket in North Carolina because he's ready to break the ice. Now, when he goes to break the ice with Christine and Meri, he better be wearing a fucking snowsuit.
I was
going to be a lot more chilly.
I was thinking armor.
And when he says, "I want to apologize," Nell's reaction,
I love her.
All right.
Yeah, let's do this.
She still doesn't care. She is still apathetic. Or at least that's what she's giving at the beginning of this apology. When Kody says his biggest regret was saying that he didn't love her, she just keeps saying, "I know you did. I knew you were lying. I knew this wasn't the guy that I married. I have no idea who you became." And she says she still doesn't know who he is. He's still different than the guy she married. Now, she also says that she should have focused more on her and Kody's relationship instead of the big family picture. I think that happens a lot with families. I think a lot of parents kind of turn the focus to the kids and
relationship suffers.
And it's just kind of part of having a family. Your kids are going to be your top priority. And as Kody is apologizing, Janelle is getting these very intense vibes from him. The way he's staring at her was pretty intense. It was like, take a picture, it lasts longer, Kody.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy, but at the same time, I got the impression that he really wanted an emotional connection with her through this process.
He was like, "You've been apathetic. Please show me you had feelings." And she was not super giving it. She did say they had something special. She was smiling. She did say it meant a lot that he apologized, and that was very healing for her, which surprised me. I felt like Janelle didn't need him to heal. She had pretty much gotten through it on her own. It also tells us, though, that she felt it was a genuine effort on his part, because if she didn't feel like it was genuine, it would not have been healing for her.
Yeah, I agree. And I picked up on that. I don't know if we're going to see that genuineness with Christine and Meri, though. But Janelle definitely got genuine, I think.
Now, in ITMs, producers throw Robyn way off. They ask her, how would you react if one of the wives wanted to come back? She just starts making the weirdest faces. She's like, "What? Really? I would be surprised. I don't want to answer this." It is.
She went through it was like, there was like smirking and then rolling her eyes and all of this stuff. And then I think she realized what she was doing and she wanted to backpedal. And she's like, we need to just quit talking about this. You're making me sad. You're giving me hope, and I don't want hope.
That didn't look like hope. That looked like fear. That looked like her getting smacked with the realization that there might be something more happening in these meetings that she's not at. What did the producers see that made them ask this question? What was Kody doing with the wives that she is not privy to? That looked like fear to me, almost as if she was mocking the producers. That would never happen. But then questioning whether something has happened and she's just going to find out about it later on in the season. I mean, the other wives found out a lot of things through the filming of the show where Kody did not directly tell them. Maybe she has the fear now that that could be her.
It's a good possibility. Or she has fear that she didn't do a good enough job running the other three off.
Well, he is running right back with apologies.
That's right.
Even when he brought up, should I apologize to them? She wasn't like giving like the David, where David's like, I fully support this. I think you guys need to do what's best for the kids. I really encourage you to go talk to Kody, Christine, which we'll get to in a minute. It wasn't giving supportive spouse. It was giving, well, you're going to do whatever you feel like doing. Yeah, and I wonder how she's going to feel when she sees this scene between Kody and Janelle, because they do look like they're showing affection to each other. They look like they're connecting. Now, I mean, at the end, they hug and Janelle's like, peace, see you later.
Right, of course. But their interaction was comfortable. And I don't think we've ever seen Robyn and Kody interacting comfortably. It always feels weird or dysfunctional.
It feels like Pepe
or
Le Pew going after his target. Cody is Pepe Le Pew and Robyn is what Pepe has the big hard eyes over.
Yeah. I don't think she's as I just don't think she's as into him as he is her.
Especially now that she can't rub it in the other wives' faces.
Yeah, a lot of the joy that she got out of her relationship with Kody is gone with those three women gone. She
and
totally
if one of them
loved
comes
it.
back, then she's still the newest wife, or is it because they left and they came back? Now they're the newest wife.
Well, and they might, if they actually came back, they might get more of his attention than hers because he's like, okay, they left once. I need to fix this.
I think it's a fear for her. I saw fear. I didn't see hope. I didn't see anything resembling hope. Although Robyn is Eeyore, so I don't really know what hope looks like on her.
I've seen someone in one of the comments said, has anybody else noticed that Robyn looks like Anne Hathaway? And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Why insult Anne Hathaway like that?
I know. In what world does she look like Anne Hathaway?
I can't even answer this. Because I mean, I have bad vision, but I'm not seeing it. They do decide to get a military headstone for Garrison, and Cody's like, oh, we'll go together. And Janelle's like, well, see you there. I'll just meet you there. How about that? We'll just meet up there. Or no road trip between Kody and Janelle. It ain't happening.
I don't blame her there.
This has been a crazy enough ride. Kody asks if Janelle thought that the end was inevitable. She says by the time she left, she was over it. I don't think she thought it was inevitable. I think if you would have stepped up and been the man she married, it wouldn't have been inevitable. Is he asking, like, did I make it so that you had to leave? Is he just, like, making sure that his game was right? Is he making sure he's fine-tuned so he can use this on Robyn?
Good point. Look, Janelle sat his ass down in that restaurant in Arizona and told him exactly what she needed, and he couldn't give it to her.
And I also thought it was really strange that Kody says Janelle got the honor of getting the first olive branch. Sir, to think that it is an honor to have to sit down and talk to you, it's more like she got the shit end of the olive branch. She got this shit end of the stick. She's sitting there talking to Christine, and they're both like, we don't know what the fuck he wants. And you made her the damn test dummy where she has to go back and tell Christine what's going to happen. Like, she had to be the guinea pig here.
Maybe he strategically planned it so that Janelle and Christine could work out the whole conversation before he has it with Christine and her be a little more, open to him talking to her.
Absolutely. We know it's strategic because he said he went with Janelle first because he felt like that was going to be a softer place.
Mm-hmm.
And Kody's nervous. He tells us at the end about meeting with the 2 other wives and doesn't know what he's going to do if they don't receive it well. Because remember, he's going to force the apology on them, whether they want it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So now he is starting to think about plan B. If it doesn't go over well the first time, do I just go back to God and say, all right, let's try it again? Maybe just let it lie. If they don't want it, don't force it on them. That is not an apology for them. That is an apology for you, which is exactly what we said last week.
Yeah. That his narcissistic side is showing at this point when he makes statements like,
even in this apology to Janelle, where we feel like he's trying to elicit emotion out of her and get some sort of confirmation that she did have feelings for him and that she's still holding on in some way, that she's not just so cold and leaving him. It still feels like this is about him. So I'm glad that Janelle did get something out of it. So Christine and David, they are trying out this new age pickleball. I've never played pickleball.
I have not played it. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. It looked like a combination of tennis and ping pong to me.
They actually have a pickleball bar near where I live, and it's a great place to take the kids. They can like run all around. I've only gone there to drink pickle martinis and eat fried pickles. I have not played the pickleball. They're also building pickleball courts at my son's school. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot one day. Now, Christine, she says she's terrible at sports and says that David is cheating because he has on sunglasses, which I'm going to go Team David on this. He's just preparing
for the elements. Yeah.
It's like if you go golfing, wear your golf shoes. If you're going to play pickleball, make sure you have sunglasses. So if it's sunny, the sun isn't shining in your face. The mountains in the background were gorgeous.
Yes.
What a beautiful backdrop. And I guess this was their neighborhood.
It looked like it was in their neighborhood because they had walked to it. I also saw a playground in the background at one point. So what a nice neighborhood.
Look similar.
Yeah, what a nice neighborhood.
I mean, those mountains, absolutely gorgeous. Also, way better than Coyote Pass.
True.
The company, especially. David loves trash talking, which I love this for him. I'm a trash talker. It's playful. It's flirty. He's telling her that she's cheating because she accused him of cheating. She's like, it's just my strategy. I'm trying to throw her off her game. And he's got good aim. He keeps trying to shoot the pickleball through the fence, which with tennis, like you have to be within a certain boundary. I don't know. I guess there's no boundaries for pickleball. You can just shoot it outside the court. That was confusing to me.
I thought it was more, he just wanted to watch her go get it.
I wanted to watch her bend over.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, go get that ball. Bring your ass out.
Let me see that ass.
When Christine said he could aim, I'm like, well, he better not be on the toilet. He has no excuse at this point. So neither of them have played pickleball, but David's natural. He won. And then they start talking about Kody and that Kody reached out and he said something about an olive branch and benevolence. And we learned that Christine and Janelle are talking on the phone, trying to decode Kody. Christine, I don't blame her. She never wants to talk to Kody again. I'm a firm believer in when it's over, just block them on everything. But they do have the kids. So
that's
this
what
is
I was
an element
getting ready
that
to
I
say.
was not dealing with in any of my prior relationships.
I understand her not wanting to talk to him, but I do think there needs to be at least some kind of semblance of amicability or just be able to be in the same space without, daggers and words and things being said because of your kids.
And David is a huge advocate for this, even though Christine does not want anything to do with Kody. He's advocating that she show her children how to have a relationship with them. She is, look, it's an olive branch. He's trying to apologize. Maybe I should take it. And David says, yeah, dude, he wants a relationship. He doesn't know how to have a relationship. So for your kids' sake, give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you want to give it a shot? And Christine said the years and years of brain damage, which I don't know if she meant Kody damaging his brain for years and years. I think she was probably talking about him brainwashing her. But honestly, he has fallen off the deep end in recent years. So
she's really nervous about this. She's very anxious. She is not wanting to speak to him at all. It was almost kind of like fearful to me, the way that she was talking about wanting to avoid the conversation with him.
Well, you can't blame her, because we go back to the knife in the kidney screaming episode. I think the difference here, though, is he's the one reaching out. He's saying he's wanting to do this peacefully, which is different than prior times where it's her leaving him, which brings friction and rejection. And those are things that he can't deal with, even though he says he can deal with the rejection of an apology. I think it would be interesting to see what that looked like. But David is wonderful. He's so reassuring. He's like her bodyguard. I'm going to be here for you. You don't need to worry. You are a strong person. You're a different person than you were before. I thought it was so insightful for him to say, we can't live in the past in order for us to move forward.
I
At
just
some
love
point,
him.
We've got to start fresh. I love him too.
I love him. He's so encouraging. He talks very calmly to her, even when he is disagreeing with her about something. He never raises his voice or anything. I think he's the perfect mate for her.
And he boosts her ego. He's like, you've grown. You can handle this. You want these family reunions. You want the kids to be together. And Christine comes around. She says, I see that this is a peace talk. And David goes, just don't let people walk all over you. I won't let them walk all over you, but just don't let them walk all over you. And Christine, she agrees. It's not happening. If Kody starts his shit, I'm out of there. So she's going to take the olive branch for her kids. She's a little scared that Kody is going to whittle it down and poke her eye with it. I'd be scared too. But at least for the show, I think this is great. Like, why does she have to do it? Well, let's be real. Producers want it to happen. But David actually gives us a practical reason for it to happen. And that's it. That was Sister Wives Season 20, Episode 11. We used to be lovers. Oh my gosh. I just kept reading that as Kody used to be inside me. Blech.
You can't look at it. Wait, don't go there, Lauren. Don't make yourself sick. Just block it out of your mind.
I'm already sick. My mind is sick. And I hear a glucometer that is not a glucometer. I hear a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor that is not mine, signaling that somebody is getting low. So I better go check on this 4-year-old. We've got him out of school for the week just to kind of get everything back on track. We will be back tomorrow, though, with 90 Day the Other Way. Hopefully, I will have kicked whatever it is I picked up in this children's emergency room this weekend. But we'll be back tomorrow with that. And thank you for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe. Sorry that you guys are getting sick, bundled up in my bed, no makeup me today. But we're not going to let diabetes stop us over here at my house. We are pushing through and bringing you these recaps. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. Thank you for all your support, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Let's ride.